more maintenance. I got 1,000 miles on this thing, and I've never changed the air filter. I've never checked it. I've never cleaned it. So that is behind this panel here. The belt is on the other side, pretty obvious where it is, but I've never had to change a belt in the side-by-side ever. So I'd kind of like to do it here in the shop rather than do it out on the trail. So watched a couple YouTube videos and at least found out the first thing is to change the belt, you need this little tool. Pretty simple, I'll show you once we get over there on the belt side, but essentially you screw this tool into the secondary pulley over there and you use this bolt to jam it against there, and it actually spreads the secondary sheath out so you can easily change the belt and put the new belt on. So some people said this is supposed to be in the toolkit from the dealer. Some people said it wasn't. Some people said the dealer steals them out of the toolkit. I don't know, but my dealer was fucking terrible, and I would not recommend them to anybody. Johnny K's, the whole service department deals just not good, which may be like that at other Can-Am dealers, I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them if they took this or threw it out or whatever. So it was 20 bucks, I bought it on Amazon, you know, pretty simple here. You'll see when I use it, but you can find them on there, clutch tool, side by side, whatever. So yeah, you're gonna need that tool to change the belt. So there's that. Reached out to our sponsor, UTVHQ, talked to Darren again about getting a belt for this thing. I've never had to get a belt, and they sell Trinity Racing products. So we went with the Trinity Racing Sandstorm drive belt. I'll put the specs in the description, but it's supposed to be substantially better than OEM belts, so we'll see. But that's the belt there. It's a couple $100. I didn't get it for free off of them, but they did help us out quite a bit as far as putting this video out. So thank you again to UTVHQ. So we'll be putting that belt on. Our factory belt's still good. I don't have any issues with it, but 1,000 miles, I'd like to put a new belt on. I'll save the factory belt for a spare just in case we have an issue on the trail, but I've never had any belt problems with this. So we'll go ahead and change that. And the air filter. So apparently the stock air filter, which I haven't even seen in this thing, is just one of those honeycomb looking air filters, like a cheap junk filter. So Can-Am sells a performance air filter, which I would imagine flows a little bit more air, at least through the filter. But mainly it's a foam uni filter style to where you can oil the filter up, clean it, reuse it. So yeah, got this to put in there too. Part number, I don't know what it is, I'll put it in the description, but it only fits the Maverick Sports 1000. So what I did find out is the belt for this Maverick Sport 1000, there's a year range there, but it's the same belt that fits most of the X3s. Like my dad has a 2019 X3, and our belts will be the same. So that's always good to know too. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we're going to take the air filter out. Just a couple twisties here, and this little cover should pull right off, and that exposes the air filter. I do keep this thing pretty clean, but you know, it definitely looks dirty in there. I see 3 like little release clips. 1, 2, 3. Okay, air filter housing. Make sure we clean that off, but it looks like there's a nice seal inside there also. Yeah, you can see that. And the stock air filter. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, Not terrible, but as you can see, it's pretty dirty. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I'll save this, but you see what I mean? It's just kind of like that mesh honeycomb with just a paper filter in there. I would imagine just like a shop vac filter. It gets clogged up super quick and doesn't breathe very well. So we'll get that all cleaned out too, and we'll get the new one oiled up and put in. Okay, so just kind of a close up here. You can see these are just, you know, they just kind of clip in and pivot back. So that's pretty easy. Just like a big housing that covers the end of that. Imagine that's a breather of some sort. And a filter. So. I don't have a table set up today, so we're kind of working off the ground, but it's not bad. So, yes, quite a bit of a difference in an air filter, I would say. As you can see, nice foam filter, foam inside, quite a bit different, that's for sure. Got some K&N filter oil, and we'll just spray it up. Okay, we'll let that dry here for a few minutes, and then we'll put her in. Just want to do a couple close-ups of these filters before I put them back in here. Noticeable size difference. I mean, I guess we could even line them up. Yeah. I guess maybe even noticeable in diameter as well. And definitely the foam filter is going to catch all of the dirt better, not let any of it pass through, and let it breathe better too. So go ahead and get that thing tossed in there. I already cleaned off the seal. Yeah. We're going to Hatfield in about a week, taking the YFZ, taking the Maverick Sport. My wife, my dad, my son, my mom, and my buddy's taking his YXE and an XMR. My dad's X3. And try and get that mini bike running, take Derek's mini bike. So got all kinds of stuff going, and I've been kind of parts here and there, builds, stuff like that. So I haven't really filmed a lot of it. So today's kind of going to be a mashup of a lot of different things. I had planned on doing an air filter install video, a belt install video, a video install for those mirrors, the half windshield, but I just put it all on, not the belt. I'll talk about that. All right, so let's go with some new things here. Since we have not really trail rode the YFZ very much as far as distance, and when you go to the Hatfield McCoy trails in West Virginia, I don't know if any of you ever have before, but you ride like at least 100 miles a day. It's the greatest riding experience ever. You have to go if you've never went. Trust me. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to hopefully have tons of riding content from that coming up. So anyway, I got this gas can here, which actually turned out really sweet. I didn't plan on putting it there. What's it called? Rollpax. So they have a couple different brackets that mount to roll bars here. I chose 2-inch roll bar brackets because I had planned on putting it here, but there's just not enough space. So it actually fits perfect, and I can still open this It's not close to the exhaust at all or any heat, and it kind of looks cool. So that's a 1.5 gallon gas can. We're gonna take it for the four-wheeler. These things here just unscrew both sides. These things, well, all right, let's just show you here. For the sake of showing you. Really impressive. I mean, it was a little pricey, just like anything else. So, boom, baby. Gas can is ready. So that should come in handy here for Hatfield. Should be pretty nice. You can see it literally just takes a couple seconds. Gas can is securely mounted. Okay, so there's that. Also, I took the Can-Am mirrors off, which were like $250. They bolted right here, and it's just those small little, I guess, weird-shaped triangle mirrors. Darren over there at UTVHQ hooked me up with these mirrors. This is their own brand. I think it was SCM. And they do have a little bit more of like a UTV look, but the viewing area has to be at least double. They swivel all around here, front, back. This thing here turns whatever angle you want, and they kind of look nice. And they mount up on the roll bar, so it gives me room to put those triangles in there too if I wanted up there for, you know, to block the air. Yeah, so definitely like those mirrors, and they're not going to stick out past the tire, so should be good to go there. Yeah. So gas can in the back's new. Mirrors are new. And I've had this half windshield for a while. Oh, by the way, I think those mirrors are like $70 versus $250 for the Can-Am mirrors with the brackets and all that. So make sure you check out UTVHQ. So yeah, same place, UTVHQ makes this half windshield. It's their own deal. And as you can see, comes up pretty nice distance. I think this was at least half of what the Can-Am half windshield was. You know, it mounts on the inside here with their own brackets. Frank showing us. Yeah. So that's a half windshield. Real sturdy, you know, doesn't vibrate. Comes with a nice seal all the way around there. Brackets. So we got that on there for Hatfield. Supposed to be about 50 degrees. Going to keep the doors on just to get the mud off of us. I like the fresh air. So we're going to have a nice half windshield going, and should be a good time. Test out those new Carnivores, the extra width. Sun can really rip on that YFZ over there. Yeah, so let me go ahead and show you a little bit of that YFZ too. Oh, the belt. I just decided not to put the belt on. This thing still has 1,000 miles on it, and the factory belt's amazing. I haven't had any issues. I never slip it. I never go over the temperature gauge or anything. Excuse me. I never go over the temperature gauge when it overheats or anything like that. So we're going to leave the factory belt on, and I'm going to take the Trinity racing belt that I had planned on putting on with me. So later, unless I bust a belt at Hatfield, stay tuned. And I'll do a little how-to video about how to change that belt, which really looks pretty simple. So yeah, let's check out the YFZ now. There it is. Looking clean. I think we got maybe 5 or 6 hours on it, a couple rides. He's just getting a little bit of seat time on it. I don't even think he's used to it yet. I mean, it's quite a bike. So I couldn't find any actual company that made these labels. You would think all kinds of people made them. I just found them on eBay. I don't remember the name of the eBay seller, so I'll put it in the description, but really impressive. They came, I think it was 18 gauge brushed stainless, and somebody water jet these out. Check that out, man. We had them powder coated gloss black. Obviously, I drilled all the old rivets out from the factory warning labels. We took the nice brushed stainless because my son wanted them black, and he didn't really like the bling, and went ahead and put them on there. So definitely turned out sweet. Really nice. I'll do some videos here soon on the mini bikes, but although this looks muddy and dirty, there's a lot of money in that mini bike, and man, does it rip. Built Predator 212, flat top piston, 24 millimeter Mikuni carburetor, billet rod, billet flywheel, 18-pound valve springs, big sprocket in the back, torque converter with a, CVT belt system. So yeah, those things rip. We're gonna take them and hopefully mob around Hatfield a little bit on them, but okay. I guess that's it, guys. Stay tuned for the next video.